Today on The Social. Foul play? Jason Kelce claims the World Series was bought by the LA Dodgers, but his comments are causing some fans to strike him out. And how much privacy should celebrities be afforded about their relationships? We discuss Timothée Chalamet's commitment to staying mum on his romance with Kylie Jenner. Then, fashion inspired from the natural world. From earthy tones to cozy textures, a look at one of the season's biggest trends with stylist Erica Wark. Plus, the sleep gene, how a genetic mutation makes a lucky few feel perfectly alive after sleeping half as much as the rest of us. It all starts now on The Social.
Welcome to The Social. Woo. You know what's so funny? I was gonna come out here and ask everybody, how are you feeling? It's been a few days since we rolled the clocks back. How's everybody feeling? But clearly you guys are in a Friday mood. I love it. I'm feeling very Friday, very in my we look very excited. For the first time, we have TSN broadcaster and football analyst Davis Sanchez joining us at the table.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
All right, so we have the perfect first topic for you, Davis. Are you ready to dive in?
Let's go.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so Taylor Swift's future brother-in-law, Jason Kelce, ruffled feathers recently when he ranted on his New Heights podcast about how he hates baseball and the Blue Jays. Right? You might say that he needs to calm down, right? He went on to say teams just buy World Series championships. So the big question is, do you agree that the World Series was bought? Wow. Davis, since you are our guest, we're gonna throw things over to you first.
I didn't like the shade on Toronto and Canada.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
We didn't like it either.
You know what, I think that the first thing I'll say is it seems that he's just a little bitter because he's the ugly little brother. Just saying.
We're starting off petty. I love it, Davis.
Nah, look, I think he talks about buying teams, and that's the landscape of sports. Like, if you can pay for it, then pay for it. And they did that. I give the Dodgers credit. They bought their team. But look how much the Dodgers spent on their team compared to what we spent. And we should have beat their butt. So that's another thing. So I don't mind. I don't mind.
He's allowed to not care about baseball, just like anyone is allowed to not care about football. So he's allowed to have that opinion.
Absolutely.
What I didn't like about this was this idea that he was saying, why should I get excited about a Canadian baseball team?
Yes.
Americans have such a reputation about not caring about anybody outside of their own orbits.
Yeah.
And this is a reputation that is upheld by comments like this. It's just like, why should I know about that? It's not in America. And I just hate them reinforcing that. Not to mention the fact that the majority of the Blue Jays are American, you ding dong.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
get out of here.
Yeah, if you need an assistant sports commentator, I'd like to present Cynthia Loyst.
I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing at all.
Let me make a phone call. Make a phone call.
I know a few people, right?
What do you think, Jess? What do you think about his comments?
Sorry. Well, as an expert on all sports, I felt the same way you did. Like, it rubbed me the wrong way. It felt maybe like he was not bragging, because I did look up the stats of the NFL, sort of, what do you call that? Not a paycheck.
Like his contract?
No, payroll.
Payroll, yeah.
So there are 32 teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
I looked that up. Just so you know.
Nice job.
And the Eagles, he plays for the Eagles.
Yes, he did.
He
He's
played.
retired.
He used to.
He played, and they won last year. the Super
Yes,
Bowl.
they did, yep.
And the Eagles are 20th down on the 32 teams.
Yeah.
So I think for him, it's almost like a badge of honor. Like, look, we're number 20 when it comes to payroll, not number 1. So we didn't have to buy anything. He's kind of playing like that. But I agree with you. It's sort of like, well, kind of, you get what you pay for.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, but not always.
No,
and that's
not
the thing.
always.
And for anybody, I'm not a sports aficionado either, but I know there are plenty of teams, to your point, that do this in different leagues, and it doesn't always work. You can put all the money in and still not win the pennant. So, and if anybody should know that, it should be somebody who spent his entire life suiting up and running around with a bunch of millionaires so he can catch a ball, so he can hoist up a trophy and hold a ring. You know, his comment to me just proves that. You know, I know this podcast space is opened up to everybody, but not everybody deserves to be behind a mic. Because when you, as a former professional athlete, use your huge platform, thanks to your brother's fiance, to... Otherwise, would you know who he is? Most people wouldn't know who he is. I'm just saying, him and his wife, I'm just saying, right? When you use your platform to... I'm sorry, it's Friday. To like really say something negative about an entire country. Why would you do that? Like, the comments, actually, you know, we have some of the comments that people wrote after he posted that on his TikTok. With that logic, no one in Canada should care about any NFL teams because who cares about American teams, right?
Yeah.
There was another one, Jason betraying all the Canadians, what do we do to you? And here's this other one, Jason hating on the Jays makes me sad. 1,700 people like that, and I'm sure there are more.
Yeah.
So to me, this is a lesson for him. It's like, if you're gonna be in this space, you better learn to be polite, like us Canadians, to all of your fans who help you take a check for that podcast that you have. You're not on the field anymore. You're in a different field. So he needs to learn that.
We're gonna move on to this because there's a trailer now out for the new Michael Jackson biopic. Take a look.
This is your story. Honor your past and embrace the future. That's what people want.
So, what's your reaction to this trailer, Jess?
I thought it was thrilling. I actually do. I love movie trailers, and just hearing that music, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. But just between us, I've kind of given up on music biopics.
Okay, why?
That genre, it just feels like they've become so formulated. Do you know what I mean? There's the childhood, then there's the trauma, then there's getting over the trauma, and then there's fame, and then there's more trauma. Like, it's so formulaic that they even made a movie sort of digging into it and making fun of it. Did anyone remember the movie Walk Hard? The Dewey Cox story? Like, they just ripped the whole genre to shreds because it's kind of like, why are you doing this? We know the story. Why not make a doc?
Yeah.
Instead, I don't know.
Interesting, what do you think?
Yeah, I would go as far, like, the Wonderland series or whatever it was that that really put him in a bad light, Michael Jackson. And so I think because his family is signing off on this, I know not all of his family loves it, but his family is signing off on it, at least gives a chance for people to have a different opinion maybe on Michael Jackson, at least, or show the greatness of his talents. Because I really think that people that weren't in the generation to see him like we were, they have this view of Michael Jackson. And so we don't know guilty or not guilty, that's not the conversation today.
Yeah.
But I do think it gives a chance to shed a light on a global superstar.
Oh, yeah, no. You know what, Dave? It's so funny. I totally agree with you. Like, I understand, because his family is part of this, and his nephew is actually playing Michael Jackson. So I understand what the family is trying to reframe and show people that he wasn't just this person, because near the end of his life, we all know it was very controversial. But this is the only thing I have to say about it. I think it's in the wrong place. This is gonna be in theaters. I think this needed to be on streaming. And hear me out. The majority of the kids now, like even people in this room, they really weren't around when Michael Jackson was doing his thing as a child and even into his 20s and 30s. So for them, they just kind of know the controversy. You want to get as many eyeballs as possible. And I feel like most people go to the movies, they want to see something big. They want to see some big blockbuster. They don't want to hear about somebody who's passed away a long time ago that they kind of know about. I think the better thing to do is, if I've watched it and I come into the office and I go, did you catch that Michael Jackson movie? And they're like, I don't know. It's on blah, blah, blah. Name the streaming. More people are going to watch it as opposed to going to the cinema and spending, what, $50?
Well,
here's the thing. We had a conversation yesterday that I think this actually harkens back to, which is that, movie houses are struggling to get butts and seats. And one of the things that is doing very well for them are these collective experiences. And what could be more of a collective experience than one where you're singing all these types of songs together in a group? I just went to see the MJ musical.
Doesn't know him as much.
But the MJ musical is also this kind of experience. It does sort of sanitize certain elements, but people get together and you could feel the energy in the theater of people wanting to sing. And I feel like this actually might be the right spot
You know
for
what?
it.
If they could make Michael Jackson into a superhero and then shoot him into space, then the kids will go
It's
see it.
definitely going streaming. It's going to go to the theater. It's going to go streaming out.
Streaming is
There's no
going to be
question.
better. Anyways, all right.
You guys can tell me about it after you see it.
Okay. It is time for a quick break, and then Timothée Chalamet refuses to discuss his romance with Kylie Jenner. Is that fair when you're dating a reality star? Well, we're going to discuss that after the break. Stay with us.
Monday on The Social, with struggle meals trending in these tough times, zero-waste chef Christine Tizzer drops by with budget-friendly recipes. Next week on The Social, Canadian supermodel Coco Rocha struts into our studio with details tailored for fashion lovers ahead of the Project Runway Canada premiere.
Welcome back. Listen, if you're at home, all comfy, cozy, watching the show, going, this is perfect. We just had a Michael Jackson dance party here. So you need to come on down and join us in studio. Tickets are what? Free $99. And we'd love to have you.
So Vogue, that's that little fashion magazine. So Vogue tried to ask Timothée Chalamet about his romantic life. The actor has been dating someone named Kylie Jenner, but Timothée wouldn't have it. He reportedly told them, I just don't have anything to say. So, Davis, do you respect Timothy's commitment to his privacy, even though he's dating like a really public personality?
Okay, so let's say this. You see these guys in public. They're all over each other, which I get it. They're both attractive people.
Yeah.
So, but if you're gonna be in public all over each other, then you're kind of making your relationship public. That's private stuff. Keep it private. If you're gonna be public everywhere, be public. So I think they should at least give something. You don't have to give details of your relationship, but don't just say nothing because you're making money off of the public, everybody.
That's true.
That's why I think they should
that's true.
give something. You do it.
I hear you.
take.
I just was thinking that it is kind of hard to be in that position though if you want to keep it private. What I think he should have said was something like, you know what, we have a great relationship and that's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
That's at least giving it. But this kind of reactionary sort of like, I'm not going to say, I have nothing to say about that. It sounds a bit defensive. But I think
It's almost inflammatory, like he's trying to get attention by saying, I'm not speaking.
Yeah,
Just say
right?
that. I love her.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Right.
Thank you
and
for
that's
asking.
it.
Yeah. He could have said, you look angry, your eyebrows. Jess just looked at me, she's like, and I was like, what?
It's my thinking face.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were ready to give it to
Very
Timothée.
rarely.
No, Davis, I completely agree with you. You can't have it both ways. I agree with him in the sense that if you have something special, you don't want to share it with the public because that's how they spoil it, right? So I get where he's coming from, but you cannot be making out like two teenagers behind a Shoppers Drug Mart like this. This is them at the Golden Globes. Look at his hand. Look at their mouth. This is them at the Oscars. You guys are, again, making out like two teenagers.
Playing tonsil
And then
hockey.
this one, at the US Open. How are you? Those tickets are so expensive, and look at what they're doing. They're making out. You can't be doing that kind of stuff and then go, I don't want to talk about it. It's like, sweetheart, you guys are literally dry humping each other. You gotta say something. Say something.
My colleagues up here make some excellent points, but this was like a massive profile. And I have to say, I skimmed the article, I actually read the whole thing in Vogue. And when you read that quote in context, it comes almost near the end, it didn't bump as much because he comes across as this really eloquent, considerate, confident young man, and it gives so much of the backstory, almost like a biofilm, music film. And then when it gets down to the relationship bit, the journalist just writes, he will not talk about his relationship. And then he says, and I don't say that with any fear, I just don't have anything to say. And for some reason I was like, yeah, like, what do you want him to say about it?
I wanted to say,
I love her.
But
Thank
we
you.
know that.
That's it.
He's
That's
over
it.
there.
I love her.
Do you know what I
Right.
mean? It just feels like they're really pushing, like, what you want him to say the obvious, like, yeah, I love my girlfriend. Duh. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
what
here's
do
the
you
deal.
want?
We want it all. If you're, again. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You want him to open up the phone
If you're gonna wear matching outfits, we want answers. We want to say something. Also, as a woman, if I'm dating someone and I know I don't want him to spill all our beans, say something, honey. Make me feel special. Make me say it's like, you know what? She's the most special person I've ever met. I'd be like, that's my man. Like, just say something. I'm just
Okay. Are we going to move on to this next? The Wall Street Journal is reporting that some restaurants are pitching water as a fine dining experience. So some even, get this, have water menus and water sommeliers that can help you find the right pairing to put your HTO with your steak. So can water really be, I know, can water be part of a fine dining experience?
I'm such a loser because I associate water with just staying alive, with just drinking it.
Yeah.
It is. I don't get very excited about hearing about water sommeliers. I want to challenge them to a blind taste test and for them to tell me, oh, really, that's where it's from. But then again, I've never had an $11 bottle of water. So maybe if we tried one, we'd be like, oh, I see the difference. I did have an $8 bottle of water once, and all I tasted was rage.
That's for the eyebrows and for the water. Yeah. Gotcha.
Davis, before I get to you, can I just point out that right now, there's a place in Virginia Inns, this is in Little Washington, I think. Anyway, they serve water from a 15,000-year-old iceberg off Newfoundland, Canada.
Sounds like there's bacteria.
Guess how much it is, guys? It's $95 a bottle, and it's just said to taste like ancient packed snow and air.
Yeah, so this is, if anybody came to me, a waiter, and offered me on the menu this water that was $17, I would, let's use the Michael Jackson analogy, beat it. Don't we all, in today's world, isn't there a bunch of crap that it's tough enough for all of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's so many things that we have to pay for that are astronomical and difficult. Let's not make it more difficult with the one thing that we have for free H2O. So,
And don't take it for granted, too,
And I'm also going to be offended by anyone. Maybe I'll take offense to anyone that does it as well, just because I'll think you're a pretentious snoot, because water is water.
Only thing I will say is that there is a taste to, not all water is created equal.
I know, but $95?
No, I'm just saying
what are we trying to do?
Something to
I think
taste.
there's a larger problem with this whole fine dining in total. I'm laughing at this water thing because I'm a generation, I grew up drinking from the green garden hose, remember that?
Yeah.
That water was fine to me. So I'm not paying for that water. I never pay for that water, but I think there's a bigger problem. I've gone to these restaurants and they're like, oh, this is the shade and it's in this and this is the foam of this. $400 later, and afterwards I gotta go to a fast food restaurant because I'm starving.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they try to make it so elite and they're like, oh, there's a wait list. You can't be here until 2028. I don't know how hungry I'm gonna be, Susan, on December 3rd, 2028. So this whole fine dining thing, it's all just special. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that a nice way to end it? Just in case they want to come and sponsor the show. All right, after the break, a mom is getting backlash for telling her son it's okay if he sucks at violin. Is that too harsh? Well, we're going to discuss that after the break. Stay with us. The party continues. Our next topic, a mom on Reddit wrote that she didn't want her teenage son to feel pressured after he picked up the violin, so she told him it's okay if you suck. But her husband got upset and told her that she was way too harsh with her words. So is this language too harsh for a child? Or is the husband being a little too precious about the word suck? Davis, you're a parent. You have 2 kids?
I have 2 daughters, 5 and 7.
Okay.
Okay.
And the first thing I would say, actually, I'll say this first. If anyone up here has a different opinion than me, we have a problem. Because this is a very simple, This is very simple.
Okay.
It's absolutely okay. He's 17 years old. This is a 17-year-old. You can tell him the truth and have a conversation. And he said he sucked.
Yeah.
That was a part of it. The kid said he sucked, so you're reiterating that you're not good. It is what it is. Also,
you're right. It is what it is.
Can I disagree with you for 1 second?
Can I add one thing?
Yeah, no, go.
I will say this, just that we all know you have friends, kids, different things. Everyone reacts to things differently. So I would take it. I have one daughter who I can say that to. be totally fine. She'd take it.
Good point.
A
Yeah.
different one that would be, her feelings would be hurt.
Yeah.
So know your audience.
No,
but
you're
yeah,
yeah.
That's a really good
yeah,
lesson.
you made
Great
your point.
point.
Like, I think I agree with you that he is 17. I think maybe some kids are sensitive. And that maybe because even though he was saying, like, I'm not very good at this, Mom, you don't have to pay for extra lessons, he might have been saying that to fish for compliments.
Yeah.
And when she came back with, yeah, well, you suck, you can see how that could wound. But I do think there is something about embracing this idea of sucking at something and
Yes.
finding the joy in it. Because I certainly was raised like, if I didn't do something immediately out of the gate really, really well, I just abandon it.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're a little kid, you don't think about how good your drawing is. You just draw for the pleasure of it. And as we get older, we're so harsh on ourselves that we cut ourselves off to that kind of joy.
I totally agree, and that was part of the mom's original message. She said it's okay if you suck. As long as you enjoy it,
Yeah.
why give up? And I actually think in this day and age, what a gorgeous message that is. Like, the alternative of almost lying and being like, no, you play just as well as Zach Perlman. Like, don't stop. Like, the idea of telling our kids you can be anything you want if you only dream it. Which is not true. Do you know what I mean?
You can be anything you want. No, you
No,
can't.
you can't. But just
No, you
supporting
can't.
the things that they love. Like she was saying, you don't have to be perfect, but you can keep doing it. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah, oh boy. I think maybe all that water I drank from the hose, I was trying to find what the problem was. Because like I'm sandwiched in between a generation that was way harsher with their words and a generation where we're very sensitive and we know how it affects people's mental health. So the first person kicks in, the original like harsh language. So I was like, suck, that's the worst. I once had a dance teacher walk up to me during a performance and go, suck in your belly. And I was like 8 years old. Nobody flinched. So I'm like, saying this to a teenager, I'm like, I don't see the problem. But again, I understand that maybe the husband is thinking, you know what, he's gonna take this and this may prevent him from trying other things. So try not to be so harsh with the language. But I'm always fighting when I hear these things. I'm like, are we really caring about that? Is this what you parents are dealing with? God bless you guys.
You know,
All right.
I had one thing.
Yeah.
I try to teach kids too that one of the best, like self-deprecation is the best armor for you. If you can be self-deprecating, I suck, but dancing. I suck at dancing, but I love it. If you can embrace that and be self-deprecating, I try to tell my kids that. Laugh at it and kind of embrace
true.
that.
It's a superpower.
They can't touch
Such a
you.
good lesson.
There's the power. All right, so Davis, not only you dropping gems at the table, you also came by to talk about the CFL playoffs are ramping up this Saturday. It's the Eastern and Western final. The Montreal Alouettes take on the Hamilton Tiger Cats. And the BC Lions face the Saskatchewan Roughriders. So what excites you about these matchups? What's the must-see TV?
Well, it's the accumulation of the whole season, and their teams playing for one spot in the Grey Cup, or each side. So West plays West, East plays East. The winners meet in Winnipeg, and this is what it's all about. Like,
Who you want to win?
I can't say that.
I know, I'm like, you're not allowed to say that.
But the one thing about whether you are a fan of sport or not a fan of sport, the pressure of one game. You've been working either your whole life or the whole season as a group, and one game, 60 minutes, is the deciding factor of it all. There's something special about that, and I love that.
Yeah, and you've been in that position. What would you tell the players? Like, what mindset should they go in with?
I played in 6 Grey Cups, and I won 3 Grey Cups. And one of the thank you.
All right, let them know, David.
Yeah. But it was one play at a time is the best thing you can tell someone, because when you get caught up in if you in the end, in the big picture, you'll lose your assignment in that thing. So I always say, one play at a time, finish that play.
Good
then
life
move
advice.
to the next play.
You know what? We're like athletes. That's what we do. One segment at a time. One segment at a time. David, thank you so much for stopping by. It's
By
been
the
a
way,
pleasure.
Andrea,
Yes, sir.
you don't suck.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, Davis. Thank you. All right, so the CFL's Grey Cup playoffs continue tomorrow, Saturday, November 8th. The action begins at 2 p.m. Eastern with the Eastern Final live on TSN and CTV. And then next weekend, it is the 112th Grey Cup live from Winnipeg on Sunday, November 16th on TSN and CTV. All right, up next, Erica Warwick is with us. She has all the nature-inspired fashion trend. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
Welcome back, everyone. Each season, designers draw inspiration from around the world. And this fall, it's clear that Mother Nature is in the spotlight.
From earthy tones to moody florals, our next guest is here to break down the top nature-inspired themes of the season. So please welcome back stylist Erica Wook.
You know, listen, the fashion industry has always been inspired by nature, but this fall, it just seemed like it was just all about nature, which I love because you can really play with some gorgeous textures, and that's what we saw on the runways. We saw lots of faux fur, we saw feather details, we saw like really great prints like moody florals, and of course animal print, lots of chocolate brown. And I think what I love most about this trend in particular is there's so many ways you can create it to work for you. And it can also be a very like cozy, comfy trend. And so I cannot wait to show you the looks that I've styled today.
Right.
Also, I love how you're totally repping it, by the way.
I always, whenever.
You are.
Whenever Erica's gonna be on and there's a trend, I'm like, let me lean in.
You leaned all the way in and it is perfection.
It's for you, honey, it's for you. All right, so why don't we kick things off with a nature-inspired color palette. So Karen, come on out.
I know.
Oh
This
my
is what I'm talking about. So chic.
So good. Karen.
I feel like the color brown has really just taken over in terms of the neutral. It's the new neutral. Everyone's sort of over black. We're all moving into chocolate brown, which I am obsessed with. Yeah. That's a really easy way to achieve the nature-inspired trend. I started off with this gorgeous faux fur jacket, which by the way is only $60 from Susie Shear.
Whoa!
Yeah, you heard that right. They're back. They're back and clearly in a big way. Underneath, I styled it with this really great sort of fuzzy crew neck sweater, also from Susie for under 30 bucks. I found this really cute mini skirt in a faux leather. And what I love about this is it's a little bit sort of deconstructed where you're getting like little bits of different shades of brown, which is a really great way to style a look when you're wearing one color head to toe. I've talked about this a few times on the show, where you want to make sure when you are dressing in one color, you're mixing different textures. And so I feel like this really nailed it. And I just lost some earrings. We're going to keep it moving.
Don't worry about that.
I then added a really great pair of chocolate brown tights from Amazon that I picked up for 10 bucks. And then check out these boots. They are so chic. These are from Aldo, and you'll also notice they have sort of that distressed look. Yeah. Now, because we went all monochromatic here, I wanted to add a little bit of a pop. And so we did that with this gorgeous bag from Zara. And this is what I'm talking about when I talk about moody florals. So they're a little bit richer, a little bit darker, but then we've got that lovely pop of color with the pink and the mustard. I think she looks so pretty.
So
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you.
Well, speaking of moody florals, that's up next. So let's see the floral look on Free. Come on out.
Isn't that fun?
And the denim.
Right?
Oh my gosh, I love those jeans.
Oh, wow.
It's
so nice.
Isn't this jacket so cool?
Yeah.
So this is a unisex jacket that I picked up from Roots. And yes, I know, guys, I was also surprised. Come on through, Roots.
Yeah.
So it's got this really great floral brocade jacket. I love that it's the utility style. It's got those oversized pockets. I love the lapel. So good. It's one of those pieces that you can easily dress up or down depending what you pair with it. I wanted to keep that sort of oatmeal color as the base, so we went with this really great turtleneck for just $23.99 from Old Navy. And then I wanted to continue with that sort of utility style, which is such a big trend for fall. So we went with these utility-inspired barrel jeans. Guys, these are also from Old Navy for $41.
What?
The prices right now are incredible. What? And you guys know I love an indigo wash because, again, a dark denim just makes it feel a little bit more luxurious. And then we wanted to sort of play off the colors with the greens in the jacket. So that's what I did here with this beautiful bag from Aldo. Love the silver grommet detail as well. It just, again, makes it feel more elevated. And then we finish it off with a cute little kitten-heeled booty, also in that same sort of warm oatmeal color.
This is such a good look head to toe. Now, if you wanted to elevate the jacket, what would you do? you.
Like, I would love to also see this with even what Karen was wearing earlier, that little faux leather mini skirt, or like a faux leather chocolate brown pant would also look so chic.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Bree.
Thank you so much.
I know, I want this jacket.
I know,
So
it's beautiful.
good.
All right, so we're moving on from florals to earth tones and a hint of animal print. Hello. Candace, come on down. Oh. This is such a good look. That bag?
Oh, I know.
That bag.
It's so good, right?
You look so good. The epitome of fall.
I agree.
Right?
Okay, so I picked up this midi skirt also from Susie Shear for under $30.
Jeez.
I know, these prices,
Wow.
guys. It's amazing. I love that it's the oversized plaid print, but again, we're working with those neutrals that we naturally see in nature, especially in the fall season. I love the sort of rust red. We've got those darker grays, and then of course those little mustard yellow pops, and then the chocolate brown. So this skirt was sort of the piece that then I styled the rest of the look around. So on top, I styled it with a mock neck sweater. This one's from Roots for under 100. And then I also picked up this beautiful wool coat from Reitman's. This is also, by the way, on sale for $104 right now.
Wow,
this
because
coat.
that looks fancy.
That
It
looks
is-
very
It's like a
expensive.
fancy coat.
It is a fancy coat for a great price.
Yes.
We love that.
And then I finished it with this really great chocolate bag, which you were commenting on earlier. $23.99 from Old Navy.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's yours now.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then you guys, right? Okay. So you guys know I love to mix prints,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
So I wanted to also add a little bit of animal print. And so I picked up these boots from Aldo in that python print. You'll notice the color scheme is the same as the skirt, and that's what makes this work so well. So when you're working with two different prints in one look, especially when they're right next to each other, you want to make sure one print is more dominant or larger than the other, but same color family. And that's why this works so well together. I think she looks so good. Fun, right?
I love that.
It's like a continuation.
If you would have told me in theory that plaid with the snakeskin would be together, I'd be like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But guess what? You're Erica Work and you do.
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Candace.
So good.
Thank you.
So Erica,
Not in the bag back.
She's not getting the bag.
for our last look, you have an even moodier take on florals. On Karen, come on up back
Yes,
out.
Karen's back.
Oh.
I know, guys.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Talk about a power suit, Erica.
Yes,
Oh
this is
my
far
gosh.
from subtle. This gorgeous suit is, of course, from Smythe, the Canadian gals who know what's up with a suit. I love the brocade detail. I love the jacquard. I love all the colors. It's just so beautiful. And of course, the fit is incredible.
Yeah.
The texture's so great. And when you are working with something that is this loud of a print, you want to make sure that what you pair underneath is really clean and simple. So I went with a really great black classic turtleneck for under $30 from Reitman's. We added a statement earring also to sort of tie in that moody floral. These are just $32 from Zara. We finished with even a little moody floral bag, which was so cute, for well under $100, also from Zara. And then I added a little bit of a pop of color in the shoe. These are from Aldo in that lovely patent burgundy, which really plays off the burgundy in the suit. I think this is so much fun. And again, one of those pieces you can wear as a piece to really stand out, but then break it up. Like this blazer would also look great with a pair of jeans.
Everything. Listen, Erica, once again, you knocked it out of the park. Let's see all of our looks one more time. Come on out, ladies.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
This is incredible. Hey, listen, you can head to our YouTube channel after the show for a recap of everything you saw here today. And up next, this is exciting, the science behind why some people need much less sleep than the rest of us. So stay with us.
This
Welcome back, everyone. Do you ever wonder why you need a solid 8 hours of sleep every night, but your buddy can get by with 5? I do.
Well, our next guest says that it could come down to your genes, and she's here to tell us why. Please welcome back to the show, neuroscientist and TED speaker, Sarah Baldeo. Good to have
Okay, Sarah, I think most people have heard this idea that we need at least 8 hours of sleep to function. I feel like I need 9, but anyway, some people swear that they're totally fine on like 4 or 5. So do different people need different amounts of sleep?
So this whole idea around 8 hours came out of the Industrial Revolution when we started working an 8-hour day. And so the theory was, well, work 8 hours, sleep 8 hours, right? And so the truth is that there are people that just need 4 to 5 hours. We are impacted by daylight savings time, our circadian rhythm changes, the seasons change, our eating habits change. So those things all impact our sleep, but there is a genetic component. And so in 2009, quite a long time ago, there was a study at the University of California, and what they did is they looked at a mother and a daughter, and they discovered this gene called the DEC2 gene. And this gene has a mutation, and for this mother and daughter, it showed that sleep is hereditary. Sometimes you just need 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and you'll wake up feeling refreshed if you're one of these people.
So what does this DEC2 gene, what does it do?
So it's a gene mutation, and what it does is it impacts something called orexin. Orexin is a neurochemical that promotes wakefulness and sleep. And so what we see is, for most of us, it fluctuates throughout the day. When it decreases, you need to sleep, and when it increases, you feel like you're alert. But for people who have this DEC2 gene mutation, it's pretty stable throughout the day. They're not gonna crash. It just stays consistent.
Okay, wait a second, because I need 8 to 9, just like you, Cynthia. So are these DEC2 people, are they superhuman?
Yeah.
It feels like it, right?
Right?
It feels like they're superhuman. I will freely admit, I am one of these people.
Fancy.
We can still be friends, hopefully. What we see in this DEC2 gene and this superhuman idea is that these people just have this genetic mutation. And unfortunately, we hear the word mutation, it has this negative connotation, right?
Yeah.
But they also have an increase in something called glutamate. And so when you meet people like this, it is increased kind of learning, focus. They have better mood regulation. They have better memory.
I know.
There's a lot of reasons to be jealous of these superhuman people. So how do you know if you have this is the big question.
Yeah.
If you are one of these people that wakes up feeling alert after a short sleep cycle, if you can jump from activity to activity to activity and you don't feel exhausted, and you can also just take, which
Jess
may
Allen's
not
like,
be
"That's not me."
may not be the case, you can take a genetic test as well.
Okay.
So there's something called the S&P analyzer, and it looks at the DEC2 gene and something called ADRB1 to tell you if you have this natural short sleeper kind of caveat in your life.
Okay.
So how many people in the general population have, like approximately have this sleep gene?
It is in a very short span of the population, so 1 to 3% of the population.
Okay.
They've kind of won the genetic lottery here, right?
Because a lot of people are watching this right now and being like, that's me, but it's probably not them.
So what you see in people
Statistically,
who say they have this is they're like, oh, I'm just drinking coffee, I'm gonna sleep hack my way, but they eventually crash.
Right.
Yeah.
With these people, they're just on a high of adrenaline and cortisol. They're not natural short sleepers. So if they're crashing in the middle of the day, they don't have this kind of genetic gift.
Yeah.
Do we, or do you know of any other genes that affect our sleep?
There are 2 other ones which are really interesting. So the first is called SIK3. We can think of it kind of like the night shift janitor of the brain. It's clearing out all of our neurotoxins.
Yeah.
And the other one is ADRB1, which I mentioned actually helps you push through to your REM cycle, which is rapid eye movement sleep, and go into that dreaming period. So when you look at DC2, SIK3, ADRB1, that's your sleep fingerprint and helps determine whether you are the kind of person that needs a nap or can power through on 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Fascinating, right? The DC, DEC2, and the ADRB1, and the ACDC, and the RB. All right. So tell us, what does a good night's sleep do for our brain?
So aside from the genetics, we do see an increase and a decrease in certain neurochemicals. The ones you hear most about are melatonin and GABA. Those really reduce when you're sleeping, and so you'll see that your muscles are relaxed, you kind of have this sedation effect. There is another really cool chemical called acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is a trigger for your brain to start sleeping. And so the minute it starts being produced, or start dreaming, actually. So when you're dreaming, acetylcholine is spiking. We do also see a decrease in norepinephrine, histamine, and serotonin. So you can think about it as your genetic component and this neurochemical fluctuation up and down. That is what is determining what kind of sleeper you are.
Fascinating. Okay, so if we're not one of these fancy people like yourself, and we don't get enough, like a very good night's sleep, is there anything we can do?
So I do have some good hacks for you. I encourage people to be a little cautious with hacks because it's gonna catch up with you. The first one is called micro-napping. So if you take a nap, you can do it for 20 to 30 minutes. Don't go over 30 minutes. You're going to trick your brain into increasing cognitive performance. Just for a very short period of time. The other thing which works really well in the studio is if you are exposed to bright lights. So shock your brain awake with bright lights and you will have this kind of intermediate wakefulness. The one that I do when I sometimes get only 2 to 3 hours of sleep when I'm traveling like this week is you heavy load the first part of your day for those big complex decisions.
Yeah.
The latter part of your day is all about the easy decisions.
Yeah.
And the last one, we all hear this, drink water. Well, your brain, it has this fluid around it. And so when you don't drink enough water, it needs to be kind of fed like a plant. So if you haven't slept enough, stay hydrated.
And we don't need that $95 bottle of water.
You do not.
Right? Just plain old from the tap water.
Toronto
Just
tap
checking.
water. That's
Okay.
good.
Just checking. All right. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for sharing all of this
Thank you.
information and being on our
Thank you.
show. So fascinating. All right, stay right where you are. We will be right back. What I learned is
There's never a dull moment at The Social.
We are going to have one heck of a time.
With hot takes and fiery debates.
I'm too old for Leonardo DiCaprio anyway.
We dive headfirst into juicy conversations.
Where are his wild oats now?
No topic is too messy.
I'm gonna blame all of the boyfriends that I've had.
No discussion too heated.
That is an invasion, in my opinion.
We break it down and stir it up.
Is that a red flag?
Just real talk and fresh opinions. Unfiltered.
It's hard.
Unexpected.
This conversation has changed significantly.
And always entertaining.
Are you guys having a good time?
Watch The Social, weekdays at 2 p.m. on CTV.
I don't know about you guys, but I had a great time today. I'm still fascinated by our last expert who was talking about sleep, Sarah Baldeo. I'm just wondering, what kind of sleeper are you, Jess?
An excellent sleeper.
Like you need
very
what,
good.
8 hours?
8 hours, and I've been sleeping really well lately.
Do you nap?
No, I can't nap.
You can't nap?
No, well, I nap about once every 4 years.
Okay. What about you, Cyn?
I'm obsessed with sleep, and I do try to get 8 to 9 hours. I've become better at sleeping, and when I have an off day, I do nap. I love a nap. Are you a nap?
Listen, I can tell myself, you got 5 minutes. I can tell myself, you got 25 minutes.
I'm not that good.
I'm a napper. I also worked on a morning show. I worked on
so
a,
you learned
Yeah,
it.
I had to, or I would not survive.
Yeah.
Would not survive. All right, so next week on The Social, Judge Rosemary Aquina is renowned for her handling of the U.S. Olympic gymnastics trial. She's gonna join us to talk about the stories of the day, and she'll share lessons that she learned about trusting her instincts. Plus, Zero Waste Chef Christine Tizard will bring us recipes and tips for budget-friendly meals. If you missed anything on the show, remember you can find us on Crave or YouTube and listen to our podcast on iHeartRadio app. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We had a great time. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you next time.